NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City.
Yeah, I'm in this V trying to do a stream for the playoff game. Whoop somebody's ass real quick. Or maybe I'll get an L. I doubt it, but we'll see. We shall see.
I got to do a better job of getting the ball in his hands early. He's a smart young guy that's very competitive, Pat. And again, when you lose like that, it's a frustrating thing.
My boy ready.
We've had good communication, as we always have.
I'll say it again. There's a lot of pieces here. They just need a quarterback. So they're going to get. Can I throw it out there? What I think is going to happen? Cam Ward.
The New York Giants. To the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized they wanted a
All right, so this is fun. I go through these box scores because I'm a loser.
But in this case, it's the special teams that provide
0 targets for Neighbors in the first half.
Yeah.
Okay. So the second half, something happened at halftime in the block. Something went down. I don't know what it was. The very first play, Tommy DeVito to Malik Neighbors for 21 yards. The second play, want to guess who targeted again? Malik Neighbors. The third play. This is right after halftime. Neighbors. So I'm guaranteeing you something went down. Malik Neighbors probably yelling, "Why the hell am I not getting the ball?"
I'm going to defend Malik Neighbors. Their offense was better when they targeted their best offensive player.
So now go after the head coach. Why didn't you do that once in the first half? Are you a play caller or are you?
He gonna RPO me to death.
I mean, that's legitimate. What?
That's his gang style.
We forgot about Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, fumble.
I think you're exactly right about that.
I think there's a lot of things going on with the Giants. There's a lot of noise, and I don't think it was their best effort. But again, remember, everybody in New York, all the genius media types in New York, lectured us on Robert Saleh was the problem. The defense got worse. The offense got worse. This team was competitive before Robert Saleh. All the media knows.
Good hit, James.
Saleh's the problem. He was the best coach in that city, arguably. He was the best football coach in that city.
RPO action.
Okay, so now all of a sudden it's Brian Dable. You know, what do they say, lawyers? When you have the facts, you pound the facts. When you don't, you just pound the table. A lot of table pounders that don't really either know or care to know that Brian Dable is a really good coach. Ownership, bad GM, scouts have missed on a lot of players. The Gettleman hangover. But everybody had Robert Saleh as a bum. Yeah, he's the only big-time coach on the staff.
I don't want to go too deep into this, but Colin, you keep saying he's a good coach. Let's back. Define for me a good coach.
Stop, my boy.
Daniel Jones. Well, I mean, that's something.
I'm talking about, like, Jim Harbaugh is like a boilerplate. Hey, man, you need to have an offensive philosophy, and you need to instill it in your...
Justin Herbert's been in this league a long time. He's excellent. No playoff picks. Daniel Jones is a playoff pick. So by the way, that's the difference. A great quarterback doesn't have a playoff. A guy that they played him at safety a week ago hasn't. I'm just saying.
So Brian Dable's been there several years now, Colin. What are the New York Giants? What are their philosophy as a team?
You're blaming him.
I'm not blaming him.
Their philosophy is, it was run the football, play action for Daniel, but the GM thought Saquon Barkley was, I'm not paying a running back $12 million a year. That was the philosophy, and then the GM traded the philosophy away. I mean, the GM traded moved let the guy walk across the street, didn't trade it. So they had a philosophy, and the GM let the philosophy walk out of the building. What do you want?
That goes back to, like, listen, you got to get the GM and the coach on the same page.
Like Raiders decided tomorrow, the GM said, I'm getting rid of Max Crosby. And you're like, Antonio Pierce's defense isn't as good. Well, their identity is they play hard. And the best player on their team is Max Crosby. So if the GM lets him go, you let the identity walk out of the building. Don't blame the coach. That's my take.
at the 39-yard line.
No, I mean, I just don't understand how if Dable the coach and his philosophy is play action and Saquon Barkley, the GM can be like, we don't need Saquon. Like that seems the coach and the GM are not on the same page. Somebody got to go.
I don't know how he overthrew that. He overthrew that shit by a mile. out through the receiver.
Are freaking out. You know, it's funny. They puff their chest out. We are the best conference. And then the minute they cannibalize each other, they want to be a victim. But if Georgia loses in the SEC championship in 2 weeks, you can't let Georgia in the playoff with 3. I'll talk about that. Herd hierarchy, Nick Wright, a lot of good stuff coming up.
Come on, man.
Technology comes. Making headphones. Headphones I love. Got a couple pairs. Headphones, earbuds, keyboards, mice. G-Lab makes products that fit your life, look cool, surprisingly awesome value. Like headphones. Headphones to me is the best gift you can give anybody. They love music or pop. Save up to 60% on select products. G-Lab does all. Sign up, JLab.com. Stay up to date, and they makes the score 7-0. $50 to even 25. Styles, colors, sizes, and variety. JLab.
That's terrible, man.
Fitness enthusiast, podcast listener, or traveler. JLab is the perfect gift for anybody. Student, kid,
Terrible.
traveler. This holiday season, go to JLab.com. Check out their J, Buds, Lux, A, and Z. Turn out the drone, the jet engine, or your talkative relative next door you on a plane. Go to JLab.com or find the blue box at retailers everywhere.
Accuracy might stay freshly grilling at some right in front of you. You can't get that smell anywhere else unless you have one of these. Come on, Dave. Ain't the sizzle to go. Grill right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's do.
Hello? Hi, I'm Jonah.
Hi.
How can I help you?
So I just...
Yes.
We can have a conversation about anything you like.
Anything?
Try looking for a small round bolt somewhere on the oil pan.
Got it.
Does the child seem ready for boat time?
No.
And then pull it down. Spaghetti fingers.
Well, in dreams, noodles can sometimes represent creativity. Have you had
Shop Pixel's best holiday deal at googlestore.com.
When Jamison asked me to tell the story of that Black Barrel whiskey, it left out the bit where I can't actually tell it.
It's secret to
Over the middle and caught by McCarthy. And he is tackled
Maybe
inside
they selected big batch.
to the 35.
Can't tell you which.
An expertly blended, the smooth notes of toasted oak, caramel, vanilla spice. I can't tell you how, but I can tell you this. It's the greatest whiskey I ever drank, and the greatest story I never did tell.
It's incomplete. Took a shot.
This skinny pup is so delicious and only takes with ingredients.
Counting on that, bro. I needed that.
Healthy, skinny pop, endlessly delicious.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head?
Love how he slowed down.
Just stop. This is 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration experts, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who scans this QR code. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Scan the QR code. Don't wait. Scan the code now and ask about the Bosley Guarantee.
Got a lot of men.
Now it's Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's dropped just before the line of the game. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Man, a lot of men, dog. A lot of men.
Linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield. some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in coverage. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th
Why
and
did we
3.
choose Safelite? We were loading our SUV with... Safelite came right to us, and we could see exactly when they'd arrive with a replacement we could trust. That service when we want it.
Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pick up through the
guarantee the products we ship are
first and goal.
like really fresh. Our products are able to prepare for
changing things up.
Keep freshness and scanned at every step to make sure that nothing we ship is expired or about to expire. Just a few of the many ways to make wellness better at Iger.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Can't get in that end zone, though. That shit getting frustrating. It's like a lot of stuff is blocked off with the
first down
marker and the touchdown. It's like I'm always falling short. Yeah, easy. Now let's come out here and get this turnover.
Shake it, Giants, Cowboys. Thanksgiving Day importance on Fox.
Point up and good by Dicker.
Turkey with baby and Vixens. La 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 la.
This turnover.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Man, it's turnover.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Both
of these teams are coming with touchdowns now.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The New York offense taking over for their next.
If you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Join us Thanksgiving Day on Fox as CD Lamb we download to take on rookie sensation.
Here's 3rd and 6.
So the college football playoff rankings come out tonight, and FBC fans are getting very nervous now.
Yep.
The FBC shocked the world and stole Texas and Oklahoma from the Big 12. They puffed their chest. This year is the result of Alabama being humiliated by Oklahoma. Texas, clearly the best team in the conference beginning of season 2. So SEC.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, he ain't paying attention, dog.
Excellent field position.
Our schedule. Let me look up Georgia's schedule. Okay, let me look this up. See who's on that schedule. Tennessee Tech and Massachusetts. That's what I see.
Oh, why didn't he get blocked, bro?
You want credit against former Big 12 top guy Oklahoma. Humiliated. But Georgia would be. Yes, the playoff was created to get rid of that argument. And I think the playoff is great because it gives everybody a mulligan.
There's always something preventing me, ain't it?
You don't get 2 and 3 mulligans. You can't get beat by Vandy and then get humiliated if you're Alabama by Oklahoma. You're done. And Georgia's got 2 losses.
There's always something preventing me from getting in that damn end zone.
But we would be. The regular season has to mean something. And it's already been reduced because of the playoff. When Georgia beat Texas, it didn't ruin Texas' season. My first take was, well, if they meet again, what an advantage for the Longhorns. So we've already reduced the impact to some degree of the regular season, though it's still good. You don't want to reduce.
I get that ball to start the half too.
Something, and we know this in pro football. Sometimes a team can
somebody in trouble.
7-9, it's a bad division, and there's a team that can have 10 wins that don't make the playoffs. That's why you have a regular season. So you don't get 3 losses. It doesn't work that way. But we would beat. Well, you had those breathers against Tennessee Tech and Panera Bread and Roast Beef State. And you got some layups getting ready for those games. And so I don't have a lot of pity. When you SEC teams schedule these ridiculous, out-of-conference games.
I was going to say, DJ, you got to be over there. Come on now.
Georgia's offense stinks.
You can't just be lost in the sauce.
Ole Miss can't beat Florida. All these college teams in the SEC going on the road and melting against average teams. That's a huge So I'll give you apologies. But the regular season has to mean something. And the SEC, as they were stealing Texas and Oklahoma from the Big 12, all they were doing was puffing out their chest. Well, this is the result of it. It's like when your company merges with another company and you're like, look how big.
Come on, man.
Don't be shocked if they keep that management team and get rid of your management. That's the downside of the merger. And when you take Texas and Oklahoma,
we ain't worried about it.
Little Tennessee Tech in week 10.
You come right back out here and score again.
Oklahoma and get your forehead whacked. That's the way it is.
We want to spread you out. So you got to blitz them.
Because this was going to make you the strongest conference. And now, instead of getting that breather, now you got to go to Austin. We got to go to Norman. How'd that work out, Alabama? You weren't even competitive. 8 minutes in, not competitive. I'm not losing any sleep over that.
Come on out here in that double mode. Okay, a little something different. A little extra blocking.
In the NFL, it's not everything, but it gets you into the playoffs. That means something. Okay. Nick Wright, Bert Hire, Lucky Top.
A lot of men. A lot of men.
So, on this show, I like Tua. I would not have paid him mid-$50 million. But, listen, Miami could not move the football without it. Couldn't get first downs without it. So, Tua never looked more valuable than when he was hurt. When he was gone, you're like, yeah, they need him. And Tua's good. We're not denying it. Tua's good. $55 million, good. We'll see. But Brock Purdy did some light throwing Monday without an issue. So it's been a very mysterious shoulder issue. So the good news, he plays at Buffalo in 19 degrees this weekend. I'm sure it'll be all fine. The Brock Purdy injury is weird. Because he had 2 MRIs and couldn't find any. And here's what's fun, is that I think San Francisco fans think they have a
baseline. That's fine.
And I actually think they have a dilemma at quarterback. So we look at Tua's contract at $53 million, and it's like 4th or 5th in the league. But within a couple of years, it'll be like 10th or 12th. So it is not unrealistic for a quarterback.
That's fine.
Whose team can't score without him.
That's fine.
I mean, they're both 6'1", 220. They both have multiple injuries in the NFL. Neither has a great arm. Both have a great offensive coach, same system with great weapons that elevate them. At 6'1", they're athletic, but there's no wow they're athletic. I mean, Tua struggles in cold weather. I saw Brock Purdy play in the rain in Cleveland. He had ball security issues. So here's the thing. If Tua is a more talented version than Brock Purdy, and I think that's true, and you're paying Tua $53 large, what are you going to pay Brock Purdy? I think $34? That's not going to work. You know how contracts work. You look at other companies, you look at other talent, you look at other quarterbacks, and you go, well, relative to the market, here's what he has to get paid. Brock Purdy's agent's not letting him sign for $34 million. So, I mean, to me, here is absolutely the definitive what Brock Purdy is.
I ain't worried about it.
So my question is that the standard? Better than Jimmy Garoppolo? Healthier, usually? More mobile, always? That's what he is. So it's interesting. We really criticize Tua. But this is an organization in Miami that could not score. They couldn't compete. Now they're hammering people. So Tua's got real value, and at $53 million, myself included, I was like, hey, I'm not comfortable with that, given his concussion stuff. What are you going to pay Purdy? You're not getting $34 million. So, and I think Tua is a better version of Brock Purdy. So I think I think Brock Purdy could be a franchise quarterback. But remember, you're going to have to pay him $50 million. You got to get rid of some guys, and not like just one guy, not just like Diva. You're going to have to get rid of multiple guys as you're rebuilding your own D line. Because the Niners can keep drafting quarterbacks. The Niners' own line has to get better, and the Niners' D line outside of both have to get better. That's what they have to attack. They don't need any more wide receivers. Not to mention their special teams are a mess. They have to spend money in that department. I'm just saying, here's Kyle Shanahan. It's just been a weird injury. Nobody's quite sure. Couple of MRIs. Here is Shanahan update on Brock Purdy's shoulder.
We didn't push that hard, but it's life growing, which was a good sign that
never go broke, taking a profit, right?
We'll rest it tomorrow and see how he feels as we go. I mean, most guys we always get more than one. When you get one, you know that teams are right, and you have some game later in the week to get another one, make sure you didn't miss anything. And so that's what he did, I think, after the third distraction.
Well, they're not going to Buffalo and winning without Brock Purdy. So he is their only shot. I think Buffalo's playing really good football. I think what you've noticed, if you look at the AFC and the NFC playoff standings now, you're getting the separation. There's very few teams with a great quarterback.
Keep playing him one-on-one over there. That's what you keep doing.
Terrible defense. Doesn't feel terribly viable to me. Now that they go on a 5-game winning streak, I could be wrong. Certainly possible. Favored over the very good Pittsburgh Steelers. But it does feel like now you get kind of a sense there's the best coaching, the best quarterbacks. In fact, I can make an argument. The Chargers are the best team in the league with no shot to win a Super Bowl. Of the 5 or 6 teams we think could get to a Super Bowl, the Chargers are the best team in the league of the teams that can't get it. Maybe Pittsburgh. J-Mac thinks Cincinnati. Maybe the Chargers. But I don't think the Steelers or Chargers can get it, or Cincinnati. But I think they're good, right? They all have their moments. All right, Kurt Hierarchy, Nick Wright on a Tuesday around the corner, live in Los Angeles.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down, that this would be looking his way, and they did. Big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled anything to keep the ball out of his hands. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion for him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion.
I threw it too late.
Not that time.
That should have been my first read, not my second read.
We sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Well, then you get it 6-inch sub, chip, and a 3 all for the 6.99.
Hate that shit. Hate that with a passion. Every time it takes forever for that route to get open.
You absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again.
Giving without expecting something in return.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 15-yard line.
Giving that's possible through the power of Dele.
Kill him in the end zone, Q.
So those who receive can find the joy giving back.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field.
Wave tropical lime flavor. Mountain Dew Baja Blast. In stores now.
His guys will take a 10-point lead.
The electric food better with one single punch. Oral B Dennis inspired round brushes and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral B. So, what about my letter?
If he could have broke that, that would have been hell. Did not blitz at him. There you go.
Jets offense coming up.
You gonna have to play.
Don't buy Viagra or Cialis anywhere before trying this trick. It's called Friday Plan, and it's the only way to get 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra or 20 milligram generic Cialis delivered for just $7. Let me show you. First, scan the QR code to getfridayplans.com. Then, you select if you need generic Viagra or Cialis. The quantity you need, I'll pick 9, and the dosage. I'll pick 100 milligram, thank you very much, and then their system will see if you qualify.
Pick that. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Let's go.
Generic Viagra for just $7. 9 tablets of 20 milligram Cialis are the same price. The prescription and shipping are free. Scan the QR code to go to getfridayplans.com and see for yourself.
You have a much better opportunity.
Shop Etsy's Cyber Spectacular until December 3rd for up to 60% off gifts crafted by small businesses. Gift that you find with friends with fur friends and everyone else on your list. For up to 60% off gifts that say, I get you. Etsy has it.
Endless time making cocktails and more time making memories. Introducing Partition. Premium cocktails at the touch of a button.
Get our best Black Friday deal now, only at Partition.com.
Pick your poison, dog.
I'll give you my bike if you can prove you know your finances.
Sure.
How many subscriptions are you paying for right now?
Like 4.
Let's download Rocket Money and we'll see if you're right. It actually looks like you're paying for 15, which is costing you $290 a month.
No way.
Rocket Money has all your expenses in one place, and it even helps you create a budget based on your past spending. Don't worry about the subscriptions. You can cancel the ones you don't want right from the app, and it'll even try to get you a refund on some of them.
That's actually pretty helpful.
There wouldn't be an hour in the day that I didn't think about hair thinning. I chose Nutrafol because it was 100% drug-free and clinically tested. I experienced thickness, volume. Nutrafol is life-changing.
Get Grow at Nutrafol.com/man.
If you're watching this Gerber Life Guaranteed Life Insurance commercial, there's a good chance that you're alive. And if you're not, well, this may not be of interest to you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Life insurance. I'm going to live forever. Death is what happens to other people. Well, for the sake of argument, let's assume you're wrong. That someday you won't be watching.
Yeah.
I know, it's not easy to talk about.
Yeah.
I'll do the talking. If you're 50 plus and alive, you can apply for Gerber Life Guaranteed Life Insurance with guaranteed acceptance regardless of your health. And since this life insurance is guaranteed, you don't have to get a medical exam. In fact, you don't even have to fill out a health questionnaire. For a free quote, just call 800-440-7811. Then, when you stop, if you stop watching TV, your family can use the insurance money to help cover your final expenses or anything else. For a free quote, call today, 800-440-7811.
Come on, bro. Don't let him bring us back. Still got a whole quarter of football to play, bro. Don't break.
But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just settled up a point, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Trying to shake off the interception.
Get him. There we go. There we go.
Heavy rush, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Months in advance. Last time you missed a flight,
Hurts.
You're the reason your family.
Come on, bro. Bring your ass here.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes it.
You can reserve your override up to 90 days in advance.
Big time. That winds up going for 31.
What are you working on this holiday?
We're washing the lawn.
Back
Make
now
that
here
dry.
at MetLife
It's Black Friday
Stadium.
saving now.
It's Jet football, but they
Mhm.
here as we start the 4th quarter.
And we got it delivered free.
Get Black Friday saving now at the Home.
Hell yeah,
Here's
they're
Hurts to
dudes.
throw.
Top socks, I'm done.
Big dudes.
Oh, heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Live in Los Angeles. It's the Hurt.
Look at Joey. Look at Joey. Look at Joey out there doing something.
Football. Thankful for a lot of things, Jim. Actually, what do you thankful for as we get ready for Thanksgiving? Besides your beautiful family. Anything else? Maybe like a boss that's really nice.
My dad recently went to a health care over the weekend.
How's that?
Not good. But like, yeah, the health care was good. And I got this recently.
It's good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, so it's a fun time of the year, family. So safe travels to everybody. I just read a story this morning about the travel.
Should have waited.
And good luck to everybody. Airports this time of the year are, coin flip. Hopefully you get there on time. All right, let's do it every Tuesday during the football season. We do the herd hierarchy. I still love my Miami Dolphins. Here we go.
For it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Hierarchy. Top 10 NFL teams, according to
This will be caught.
Number 10. Listen, I like the Chargers. They're not going to win the Super Bowl. I think that you would have won the game, but they're 6-0 against teams with losing records, and they're 1-4 against teams with winning records. So that's what they are. They need multiple playmakers. This is step one of the process. Their defense has been very good. They got the quarterback, and they got the coach. They remind me a little bit of like a poor man's Kansas City Chiefs. I think they match up with the Chiefs pretty well, but they're not a Super Bowl team. Last night, another illustration of that. They're 10. Number 9. I really like Miami. I really do. I just forget the record. This isn't the standings. Look at them since Tua arrived. He's completing like 76% of his passes. And his passer rating is 116. Now, they're going to cold weather. I can't wait to watch that game in Green Bay. But when I watch them, I see electric speed. I see all sorts of playmakers. I think their defense is better than people think. And it's their first 3-game winning streak of the year. I had them at 10 last week. I could not believe how they completely dominated New England. They've been playing so well. I got to stop. Number 8. So the Steelers, I'll say this, they're 5-0 against teams with a winning record. They're kind of the opposite of the Chargers. They've been a step-up team, but have lost to, like, bad teams. I like the Russell Wilson story. I like their culture. I think they have a lower ceiling than your Buffaloes in Kansas City, Detroit, and Philadelphia. But, at your own peril, be very careful. Russell Wilson has played very well in the fourth.
Whoa, so I wasn't out of the pocket? Come on, the hog. Come on, man.
Russell Wilson's an upgraded quarterback for Pittsburgh over the last 3 or 4 seasons. You're not paying attention. Number 7, the Packers. Because of all the injuries, they haven't always looked pretty. You forget they've won 6 or 7 games. Their only losses to the Lions. And they're really good. Again, I think they're too young to face the trophy, but I wouldn't want to play them. They have become a run team. They're number 3 in the league. Josh Jacobs, our run team with a lot of carries. And so they are
should have threw it high.
They've also scored 83 points off turnovers this year. So they're creating them.
It's 2 turnovers.
When they get them, they're turning them into points. So they're not as dominant as a Detroit or Philadelphia. They don't look like they have the speed and the power of
watching crossing
They
mesh.
keep winning games against everybody not called the Lions. Number 6, the Vikings, 4-game winning streak. I really
Mesh.
I love their coach. I think they're a coin flip with Green Bay. They're a very good road team, or maybe just their road schedule has been easy, but they're 5-1 on the road, and so that's something. They're also top 10 scoring offense, top 5 scoring defense. I do think Sam Darnold's reckless nature could upend them as we go into
No help with the safety.
good football team. You don't get the 9-2.
Not the safety, but the cornerback on the other side.
Number 5, the Ravens. Their pass defense is going to burn them later.
Get him, bro.
Here's the other thing. They're starting so slow. There's such a bad offense in the first quarter. So they just kind of take their time. They sort of figure themselves out. It's kind of a feeling out process. And then all of the second half, Derrick Henry starts popping runs and Lamar starts finding Zay Flowers. But Lamar, once again, for all you doubters, 10-1 off a loss. And by the way, nobody can score on the Chargers except Baltimore and Lamar. Number 4.
Good one.
Philadelphia. I was such a doubter. I mean, they're not a good first half team on schemes with coaching. They're a dominant second half team because their roster, in my opinion, is the best in football. Number 1 total defense. Number 1 rushing offense.
Better kick that field goal.
Detroit, most of their best players are in their prime.
Yep, that's what you better do.
It's got stars just about
Give yourself a chance.
in stars Jalen Carter, who probably aren't.
I'm gonna come out here and convert. I'm gonna get 3 first downs.
Built this roster, and this is what you want. Young stars, not quite in their prime. 6 or 7 guys in their prime. A.J. Brown, 3 or 4 guys maybe out of it. But the 7-game winning streak since the bye, whatever they did at the bye, and those byes matter, they're really good.
Number 3.
But in a big, close game, I take Kansas City over them. Now, they did need a field goal to beat Carolina, but I said this. Their defense is not as good as last year. But I think offensively, they're going to be fine. Noah Gray's now a thing. Xavier Worthy, they're kind of figuring out. You think if they get a bye for the Super Bowl, they wouldn't use Xavier Worthy. They use Sky Moore in the Super Bowl. I think the offense, Isaiah Pacheco's coming back, is going to be much better by the end of the year than last year. Their defense isn't quite as good, but the best defense doesn't win the Super Bowl necessarily. The best coach, the best quarterback, and a situationally great offense win Super Bowls. By the way, 3 of the last 4 games, Mahomes doesn't have a pick. I like that.
Number 2.
Buffalo beat Kansas City. I think it's the best Buffalo we've seen. 6-game winning streak. Lead the NFL with 8 games, 30-plus points. I think their offense, when healthy, is just a handful. Go ask Kansas City. Also, nobody's getting to Josh Allen. Fewest sacks allowed in the NFL. Less than 1 a game. They also have a real running back and 2 real tight ends. I think when healthy,
Easy read.
the NFL. And I would take them, I think, against Detroit. But right now, my number 1 team,
number 1,
is Detroit. And they've outscored opponents 76-12 in the last 2 games. I don't think their defense is as good as the data says. I think when you lead by 3 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter, and you know exactly what the other team has to do, and that's one of the disadvantages with Kansas City. They're in so many close games. There's some guesswork on defense.
Nice double team.
They lead half their games by 2 touchdowns beginning of the 2nd quarter. They start fast, they finish strong. They still have questions in a big spot about Detroit's defense. I think it's not quite as good as the data tells you. They've beaten on some kind of cruddy teams. I think the top of the NFC is very thin. It's Detroit and Philly.
Come on, out of the slow break.
He's pretty good. So there's my herd hierarchy with that co-host. First things first, Nick Wright joining us live.
I'm not playing you the ball. This is 4th quarter.
Anything jump out? Let's start with that. Anything jump out?
Yeah, I mean,
You gotta earn this shit.
the Ravens a touch high, and I'd like to talk about this for a moment because I understand the Ravens, media cycle. It goes like this: if they win, it is a Lamar Jackson MVP love fest, and when they lose, it's
No, I don't.
why'd they give Lamar the ball so much and not Derrick Henry? I'm used to that, so that doesn't surprise me. What did surprise me, and my feelings are not hurt easily, but was from my dear friend, once mentor Colin Cowherd, who, listen, I've gotten over the fact you don't call me as much as you used to. You call Danny Parkins instead. That's fine. Life's changed. Yeah. But when I see a subtweet directed right at my heart, and you don't even have the courage to tag me in it, this feels like a big game, right? So does this count for Lamar Jackson? Just trying to keep track. No one has. Listen, Lamar wins 80% of his football games. A lot of those are big games.
Man, your ass.
He wins 4 out of 5 games he plays. Except for in the playoffs against the
I expected this.
those games he wins 1 out. That's the only but. And we can play patsy with this idea that it's unfair to hold him to a standard that no one had a problem holding Peyton Manning to for a decade of his career. And I do think one day he'll get over the hump.
Yes.
But I was not surprised, and I don't think you were surprised, that the Ravens look unbelievable in a spot they typically look unbelievable in. He's not a
Yep. Ball game. Losses. Knew that was coming, Mr. Zero Blitz.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after
Monday
giving
Night
up the
Football,
first down.
That's the argument against Kirk Cousins. It's a very specific point, which is the very biggest spots, he does not seem to play his best.
Ball game, bro. Game, though.
Hopefully he will have to. I still think, with all that said, 5 is a little high for a team whose pass defense I don't trust at all. But I didn't. I mean, just tag me in this week, Alan. I mean, we've known each other for a decade. It's a little harsh.
It was kind of Aaron Rodgers passive aggressive. I gotta admit,
Yeah, it was. It wasn't like you. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, is this a fake account? Is Colin on Blue Sky now? What is it? But it was you. No, it was you.
My boy say he laughing. I know that's right.
I think the Niners think they have a solution at quarterback. I think they have a dilemma. Is that I think Brock Purdy is a less talented version of Tua. And I think Miami knows we got to play playoff games at home.
Yeah, we off to the AFC Championship game, baby. 7 seed, baby. 7 seed, baby. We started the season out. What we started the season out? 1-4. Boy, start season out 1-4. Final choice in the AFC Championship game, man. Proud of them boys, man. Let's go, man. Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, baby.
Thanks for watching.
Well, I mean, I guess I would need to define reboot. Like, I certainly would not move off Shannon.
No.
I think he's a great coach. But here's what I would. The Niners, I think, smart. Put a lot of eggs in the last couple of years basket when it comes to their salary cap. And
we off to the next adventure in life.
Listen, they favorites in the Super Bowl and had a lead in overtime of the Super Bowl 9 months ago. So I don't blame them for being like, we can win right now. I don't think it was a mistake. However, now
38 attempts. We're going to live and die on the arm of Herbert.
Kittle is still excellent, but
that's the identity of the team. We're going to live and die on the arm of Herbert.
That's not the history of the position. You don't know what version of Ayuk you're going to get post-ACL, and Debo, oddly, looks to be in a different spot, at least this season.
Yeah.
And Christian McCaffrey.
All right, we'll see our boys next time, man.